This first one is 12 years ago. Tell me if y'all catch it. Y'all ready?
Sources, but it's been beneficial in a lot of ways to law enforcement, and then we've learned much from this case. We've developed camaraderie, cooperative working relationships. We've learned how to help others who investigate these types of cases. We're staying after it, and we are so close. We know we're going to get there, and we're not going to stop until we get there. Years ago, we didn't have DNA. Of course, in this case, we did. But we have evidence that we know that there's technology being developed every day that will be able to utilize that.
Technology, right? Now, this is 10 years after her murder.
Find closure, and a little girl can rest in peace. In Orange, Megan Dillard, KFDN.
Listen closely.
And Captain Hargrave told KFDN that investigators are fairly certain of a primary suspect, but they need more information and people to come forward in order to make an arrest.
Call the Orange Police Department at 883-1026. You can also call Port Arthur Police or your local law enforcement agency.
Now, this is 13 years later. Listen closely.
13 years after the murder of a little girl from Orange made national headlines, investigators are working to solve this crime. Dannariah Finley disappeared from her home in Orange July 4th, 2002. The body of the 4-year-old girl was discovered July 8th on Pleasure Island. She had been sexually assaulted and strangled. Her body was wrapped in a bed sheet and dumped on a dirt road. Investigators have said there's a person of interest, but prosecutors have told them they don't have enough evidence to file charges.
Now, this is 17 years. Listen closely.
The results could help Orange police finally catch Dannariah Finley's killer. Next week marks 17 years since that 4-year-old was raped and murdered.
Better technology should have detectives narrow the list of possible suspects.
Better technology.
Happened just weeks shy of her 5th birthday.
Shy of her 5th birthday on July 4th, 2002.
Now, y'all all know.
Someone took 4-year-old Dannariah Finley from her home in...
Y'all all know her family is in Orange, right? Listen to what they say.
Orange.
A few days later, it was discovered that her body was located in Pleasure Island over in Port Arthur.
Captain Inman says better forensic testing allows old evidence to be tested more accurately. This includes the bed sheet that Finley's body was found in. Captain Inman says new DNA evidence will help detectives narrow their list of persons of interest.
They can extract more accurate DNA from smaller samples. They can go back and look at samples that was tested previously and get a clearer result.
If she were alive today, Dannariah would be in her early 20s, but she never made it to her 5th birthday. Captain Emmons says Dannariah's family no longer lives in Texas. The house where she was kidnapped 17 years ago
no longer lives in Texas. Now, we know that's not true. Now, they went from we have DNA evidence for a person of interest. Now they're saying persons, we need answers.
Understands. But Emmons says he has a renewed sense of confidence that the case will be solved soon.
This is the most intense.
Soon. They said this back.
Since
they said the case was going to be solved soon. Back, 17 years ago?
It happened in 2002, and we're hopeful for new results.
Now, the Orange Police Department will be conducting new interviews in the next couple months. Captain Emmons says if they identify a suspect, we'll be the first to let you know.
Are confident that with new technology and the right tips from the public, they can solve the case.
This is 20 years.
Some closure. 12 News reporter Simona Barker.
This is 20 years.
What I understand, they're
new technology.
Retesting some evidence.
That's right, Jordan. They're planning to do just that. The anniversary of her death is a time when people in Orange stop and remember what happened. All these years later, they refuse to give up hope.
This is probably the most unique case in Southeast Texas.
Unique, baffling, terrifying. The Dannariah Finley case has haunted Southeast Texas for 20 years.
We search and search. Everybody was.
All right, now here go the increase of the reward. So it was $3,000. Now it's $6,000.
And today, the DPS increased the reward for tips leading up to an arrest in the 2002 rape and murder of 4-year-old Dannariah Finley. Now, the reward is now $6,000, and that's double the norm in cold cases. This summer marks 20 years since Dannariah disappeared from her house.
But dogs missing get $10,000 rewards. But the norm for her case is $3,000, doubled to $6,000.
In Orange. 3 days later, her body was found on Pleasure Island. Now, she'd been raped and murdered. The Orange Police Department and FBI searched and investigated, but never made any arrests. Police say they're confident that with new tips and better technology, they can solve the case.
There we go again. Better technology. They've been, you know what?